Hello again, everyone. It's like I've never been away, but I have been away. I'm refreshed. I've had some rice and beans that will sustain me through the evening. It's nearly 8 p.m. my time, and there is due to be a police update, not a press conference, but an update to the reporters. So let's be clear. I know there's people in the chat saying, is there a presser? It's not an organised press conference, but Police Chief JD Huff has been updating the reporters, and the reporters have been then communicating that to Twitter. So when we say police updates, let's be clear, not a press conference. Nothing's been found as of yet, no signs as we know of, okay? I'm trying to stick to the facts, Cynthia. It's difficult when it's rapidly moving. It is difficult. So if you've been following me on Twitter, I've been retweeting what the reporters. So it's Abby Davis and Alexandra Duggan are the two reporters from, I think they're from KTVB. That's the channel that they're working for. So you can see here, Abby Davis has said that Fruitland Police Chief JD Huff just told us they plan on excavating the entire backyard. The plan is to dig 4 to 3 feet deep. So it's not a big backyard, but there's a lot of earth to move. So you can imagine the logistics of it. It's all earth that they've got to move, and they've obviously got to do that slowly and carefully, because if there is remains or any other type of evidence, like, I don't know, buried clothing or things like that, then they obviously have to be very, very careful. And he's going to update them around 1 p.m. their time, which will be in about 7 minutes. So I'm waiting to see what they say. But in the meantime, let's just have a look at some of the things that have been posted. There was this interesting video that Alexandra Duggan took. And this is of the cadaver dog. So there's been 2 dogs on scene. This dog looks very excitable. Doesn't necessarily mean anything. It might just mean that he knows he's not working anymore. Alexandra Duggan reported, I think it was in this thread, actually. Tail wagging, getting some good pets in. And then she said, the dog handler is speaking to all investigators. They're nodding their heads. Can't hear what she's saying. Heard a couple of good boys. They are pointing to areas within the yard, unsure if they've found anything. And then one dog left and another dog came in. She did go live. Eventually, she worked it out. And I think it was in this thread that the dog... it might not be in this thread. It might be in another thread. It doesn't matter. But... she said that the dog got a toy. That usually means that they're off shift. So how they train the dogs with a toy, like their favourite toy that they're allowed to have when they've been working. So it probably doesn't mean anything. It probably doesn't mean that that dog found anything. It will mean that that dog knows he's not working anymore. So he's off shift. But there is 2 teams, 2 dogs. That's usual. It's usual to have more than 1 dog working because, sometimes a dog will miss something. Sometimes they'll want another dog there to confirm a finding. So if a dog has alerted in a particular area, then obviously they'll focus on that area. They might want a confirmation. So it's all usual. There's nothing strange going on. It just looks like it's a very thorough investigation. in my opinion. Thank you for the $5, Brenda. That's very kind of you. I did see I can't find it on this one now. I'll find it on StreamYard. But somebody said that Brandy had been on a panel on another channel. Oh, there we go. Brandy was just on panel on another channel, received a phone call and fell off panel. She's probably just getting an update from the police chief, but we'll find out shortly. Very shortly. So people just coming in. There is going to be a police update in a few minutes' time, but not a press conference. So they're not up to the stage where they're calling a press conference. They're not up to that yet. They haven't found anything as far as we know, although there have been a couple of cadaver dogs on scene. There's been a lot of activity. They're planning to excavate the whole backyard. So here, Police Chief J.D. Huff just told us they plan on excavating the entire backyard. The plan is to dig 3 to 4 feet deep. He'll have further updates for us around 1 p.m. So Alexandra Duggan went live shortly before I came on air, just saying what she'd found. Should we listen to what she says?
Okay, we got 2 people. Okay.
It's not very loud.
Okay, so I see that you can see I can see comments. Okay, good. Okay, so to recap, actually I'll wait till more people join. Okay, perfect. People can see me. Bird in the lab looking dog. They went in there and it was a really long time where the investigators crowded around the fence, and I think it was the dog handler and somebody else. There was a woman that was speaking to them, and they were pointing and they were all crowding around. And that was kind of the recap. And then they also, once they figured out what to do, one dog I saw, the German Shepherd, went out, and then investigators went in, and then they came back out, and then the backhoe came in, dug up a ton of dirt, put it in the dumpster, and then the dump truck just left. And so they're gone. I think the backhoes are back. Can you see? Are they still back there?
I can't see.
I don't see the backhoes right now. But I think that they're back in the backyard doing something. Huff came up to me and he said that they're going to excavate the entire backyard, the whole thing. They're going to leave no stone unturned, essentially. Mm-hmm. They're going to dig 3 to 4 feet deep. And he said until they hit hard soil. And then what else did he say? Oh yeah, there's going to be more updates around 1 o'clock, but it's not going to be a press conference. It's just going to be Huff relaying information to us, and I can just relay that information to everybody else.
And it's possible that this might go into tomorrow too.
Yeah, it might go into tomorrow. He said if they don't find anything today, he said, it's going to take a lot. And any info about the tip they got? No. But we do know they have to have probable cause to dig up somebody's backyard. They have to have a warrant to do that. So enough that a judge signed off on it is just what I know. And again, people had comments about the backhoe or the tractor or whatever just disrupting evidence. Huff said absolutely not. This is there to essentially peel back layers. So they're going to peel back a bunch of layers, and once they do that, they'll probably, get in there individually with more precise instruments. That's just typically how it works. But the backhoe is just there to peel back the layers of the dirt. Did Huff confirm that the house was vacant? No, he is not confirming anything about the people that live there. What agencies are involved? We have Idaho State Police. We have Fruitland Police. We have Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue. We have Fruitland Public Works. The fire department is also here now. And then obviously the cadaver handlers, the cadaver dogs, or not that, I don't know if they're cadaver dogs, they're dogs, canines. But yeah. So, and then what else did he say? Did he say anything else?
Nope, that about covers it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was an update from Alexandra Duggan, who's a reporter on scene, about an hour ago. And she said that, excuse me, JD Huff was going to update them again at 8 p.m. Thank you so much, Jess, for the $50. That is incredibly generous of you. That is very kind of you. And I had another one as well. Thank you so much, Foggy Mom, for the $9.99. That's very kind. Okay, let's see. No, it's not a duplex. No. If you were in my live this afternoon, and I appreciate that not everybody was, once we've heard the latest update, I'll backtrack a little bit. I'll go through what I went through this afternoon so that people who miss that live don't have to go through a whole 2 hours. I'll just update in this live. But let's see if there's an update as of yet. So not from Alexandra. She said around 1 p.m. So obviously could be a little bit later than that. So that's just that's another reporter, but not telling us anything we didn't already know on that one. That's a good message. Brandy and Tyler have asked that everybody respect their privacy during this time. They are not suspects and had absolutely nothing to do with this. Okay, let's be very clear. But what they're going to be doing, I think, possibly will go into probably go into tomorrow, I would imagine. So they're using this big digger thing basically to peel off layers. So they're taking a layer of soil at a time. So it's very similar to how they do archaeological investigations. If anybody understands archaeology, if they're digging down for, I don't know, ancient remains, bones, pottery, all of that stuff that they do in archaeology, they take the top layers off very carefully, like one layer at a time, until they get to soil that looks like it's different, if there's something there. And obviously they'll then focus on any areas where the dogs show particular interest. And it does sound like, is this the same one? Let's look. Have we got any sound on this? Hold on. Why is there no sound? It's not giving me an option to put sound on. Oh, there we go.
You can see back here is where the tape is. The road is closed off. The update from the chief, Chief Huff.
That's just the same as what we've heard earlier on. She's just talking to Facebook instead of Twitter. She went live on Facebook, so presumably she went live on both platforms. Let's see if the other person was updated. Abby. No, that's what we've already seen. Give it a couple of minutes. And then have another go. Yeah, the sound, it's not, it was me not understanding how Facebook works. Right, while we're waiting for updates, let me just show you the map and the house. So this is the house. It's not a duplex. This is the house, 1102 Red Wing Street. Something else that the reporter, it's not a semi-detached either. They're detached plots, but they're not very big. But even though it's not very big, it's still a lot of earth to move. If they're going to take it down 3 to 4 feet, you know, you can imagine when you dig a small hole, how much earth comes out of a small hole. And they've got to obviously do that very slowly and very carefully. So this is the house. Something else that JD Huff also reported via the reporters was that the neighbours are also not persons of interest. So that RSO that people were looking at yesterday, not a person of interest. So they haven't declared any suspects. Let's be clear. The police have not said that there's any one person who's a suspect, but the people who are registered to live at this address are both in jail. So as I talked about this afternoon, the two people are called Stacey and Sarah, and Stacey has been in jail since May, and Sarah has just gone to jail. So, yeah, Sarah and Stacey live where the red marker is. Yeah, Starkey, who is the RSO, lives next door, and it has been confirmed that the neighbours are not persons of interest. So, at the moment, Curious AF, there's no indication, there's been no reports that they've searched inside the house. Now, it's possible that they've done that already, and they did that before there was any, you know, sometimes they can go in plain clothed, do a search, no one knows. It seems to be that everything's focused around the backyard. So, not to my knowledge, it's all focused around the backyard. So the reporters are standing kind of like here, and you can see that some panels, this fencing, some of this has been taken down to allow the diggers in. And then you can see that the whole property is nice, presentable, nice neighbourhood. No one would suspect a thing, would they? Yeah, it's a corner house, yeah. But they seem to be focusing around the back. There has been some activity in the front, apparently. But they seem to be focusing their efforts around the back. That seems to be where, as Alexandra Duggan said, there was a dog went in, dog came out, then the digger went in, and then another dog went in. So that's kind of what's happened this morning. so far. Exactly what's up, Buttercup. You don't start digging if you don't believe that the people living in the house are not suspects. Does anybody know if they owned a white Honda or a friend of theirs did? Interesting. We don't know as of yet. Nothing confirmed as of yet. Crazy Italian lady, did I get your email? I don't know. I've not checked my emails for like ages. No, but I don't know. And I don't, well, I've got some emails, but I wouldn't know which one's yours because I don't want to start reading out real names. So I don't know. Another creator talked to Starkey today. Yeah, I saw that. But Crazy Cat Lady. Yeah, there is. It's not a press conference. Let's be very clear. Not a press conference. The reporters who were on scene said that the police chief was going to update them. He has been updating them periodically throughout the morning, and he was going to update them again around 1 p.m. So it's not a press conference. It's just an update to the reporters. Oh, I sent you screenshots of the court records. Yes, I've got them. Yeah, I mentioned that in right at the end of the live this afternoon. I said I was going to look at them in detail, and I have. Yes, thank you so much. Very useful. I have got them. I've read them. I've put them on the slideshow. Actually, once we get out this update out of the way, then I'll show everybody them. But we're not getting anything particular as of yet. That's the latest for those just coming in from an hour ago. Oops. Fruitland Police Chief J.D. Huff just told us they plan on excavating the entire backyard. The plan is to dig 4 to 3 feet deep. He'll have further updates for us around 1 p.m. But it's not a press conference. It's not a news update as such. It's an update via the reporters who are on scene. It must be absolute agony for the family. It really must. It really must. Welcome to memberships, Jess. You know, a secret agent. And Phoenix is also a new secret agent. Check out the members area. Got some lives in there that you could watch and some status updates I do. Usually of Cassie doing stupid stuff. No, Carrie. I'd love to know the live that Alexandra did. I've just played part of it. Oh, 16 seconds ago. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no way. No way. Idaho State Police, PIO, what's that? I don't know what that stands for, told us he's going to remind the chief to come talk to us, but that the update will likely come around 4 to 5 p.m. So I would imagine that they're going to wait until they're ready to kind of clear out for the day. You know, remember, these guys have worked the entire weekend. They've done the whole of Saturday, and they're going to be doing the whole of Sunday. So nothing as of yet. Nothing as of yet. So like and we'll share that. Waiting on Huff for a update. Tractors left. Investigators have gone quiet, just waiting. They're probably having some lunch, to be fair. Oh, my word. Jess. Jess, that is incredibly generous. I've never had a donation. Never had a donation of $200. That's incredibly generous. You're very welcome. I don't expect anybody to donate anything like that, but thank you so much. Yeah, I think at the moment they probably don't want to speak too soon. They might just keep things under wraps if there's areas of interest that they've not got anything specific, but there's just areas of interest. They might not want to talk just yet. Or it could mean that they haven't found anything yet that's worthy of note. That it just be the kind of the same thing, you know, we're continuing to work, we're gonna dig down 3 to 4 feet. Yeah, truth to light. Huff has said he doesn't want to say much. And that is usual. That's usual. I mean, at the moment, I just can't imagine the agony that the family are going through, honestly. I really can't. But they are probably getting a bite to eat if they've gone quiet. But given that there's not going to be an update just yet, what time's 5 p.m. my time? 5 p.m. That's going to be midnight my time. That's going to be midnight my time. I don't know whether I'll be back. It depends how tired I feel in a bit. I'm not promising that I'm going to be back, to be honest. Midnight my time. I'm probably going to be asleep. Jess has set the bar. Jess definitely has set the bar. She set the bar. Whilst we've got some generous people in, I just want to put this out. Okay, so this is on findmichaelvaughan.com, and the family haven't set this up, but anybody who has got a few where is it? Show your support the family, join the Facebook group. Where is it? Where's the... Here we go. Trixie's putting them in the chat. Here we go. Can you see? You can't see that, can you? I've just clicked on it. Oh, dear me. Holiday help. There we go. I've got it. So you can make cash donations. Now, no requirement. Don't feel obliged. If you can't afford it, then you can't afford it. I've made a donation. I've bought them some stuff off their grocery list this afternoon. So you can send a cash donation if you've got Cash App to Monkey Family Trust. You put the $sign in front of it. There's an Amazon grocery list there. So it's basic food items. There's some clothing. You can make a donation via the grocery list. You can take them a meal. So there's options there if anybody wants to donate to the family. You know, obviously this is an incredibly traumatic time, and every little helps. So I'll pin. Can I pin this? Yep, I'll pin that to the top, holiday help page. So I'm hoping that'll stay pinned. Just in case anybody would like to donate. You know, some of the things on the grocery list are very cheap. So some of them are just household staples. But every little helps. So I know, can't imagine the stress that they've gone through over the last, well, since July 27th, 2021. And now this. They are still digging. Yes, they are still digging. There's 2 reporters on scene who've been giving regular updates on Twitter. And there was meant to be another update from the police chief at 1 p.m. However, they're gonna put that back to 4 to 5 p.m. Now, bear in mind, this is not a press conference. It's all right, Scott. Don't worry. Thanks for the $5. Scott says, "Sorry, all. I should have been more clear." Yeah, I mean, whenever you see update and you see law enforcement and police, you think it's a press conference. But I just want to be very clear. These are updates that are being given to the reporters who are on scene. So 5 p.m. is midnight my time. So I'm probably going to be asleep by then, if I can sleep. So I'll probably be updating later, but I'm sure that there'll be somebody online covering this. I know there was a couple of people live when I went live. So there'll be a couple of people covering this probably well into my night when I'm asleep. So let's play. I'll play this one again. This was an update from about an hour ago that Alexandra Duggan did. Alexandra Duggan is she's a reporter with KTVB news channel, the news channel that is covering this. So we'll play this again for the people who've just come in. Bear in mind, this is from about an hour ago. So this is covering the morning. And then they're going to get another report later on. Could the landlord be involved and not the renters? I mean, we haven't heard who. We've kind of, it's a process of deduction, I guess, that Stacey and Sarah have been implicated, but that's not come from law enforcement. All law enforcement have done is updated the reporters as as they can. But as always in these types of investigation, they have to be very careful what they say, because what they don't want to do is put something out that turns out to be inaccurate, or more important than that, turns out to be very, very relevant to the investigation, and it gets put out and it can no longer be used as evidence. We don't want that. We don't want that. So Starkey, that's the next door neighbour, said it was Sarah's mama's house. The landlords are her parents. So, yeah. All right, let's play this. And then we'll have a look at Sarah and Stacey, for those who weren't in the live this afternoon. And then I'll probably call it a day. And then hopefully someone else will be out on the mean streets of YouTube covering it while I'm asleep. It's just annoying that I'm 7 hours ahead of mountain time. So I need to sleep when, you know, the day is just, the working day is just wrapping up. Anyway, let's play this. I'll mute out and play this for people who've just come in. Oh, okay. PIO is Public Information Officer. Oh, that's good to know. Duggan, a fine Irish lass. She perhaps has Irish ancestors. Michelle sleeps. I do sleep. Do you know what? I sleep a lot. People don't realize. I think what it is because my time is very different than American time. So when I'm asleep, I can get away with being asleep. Like I slept for a full 8 hours last night before I went live at 5:15 p.m. I'd slept for 8 hours. And then after I got off the live, I took the dogs out for an hour, went back to bed and slept for another 2 hours. So yeah, I do sleep. I sleep a lot. Excuse me. All right, let's play this. I'll mute out.
Okay.
Not
We get
good
no service
Wi-Fi.
out here. Okay. So to recap today, they had the dogs back there to start. And the dogs. Okay, perfect. People can see me. Okay, so the dogs were back in the backyard. There was 2 of them. There was like a German Shepherd and I think like a lab looking dog. Okay. Did the dogs in one of the earlier searches lead to this house? I have no idea. Chief Huff, I asked him about the dogs. He said he cannot give any updates on the dogs or what they found or if they did find anything. But there were 2 dogs that went in, and it was a German Shepherd and a lab looking dog. They went in there and it was a really long time where the investigators crowded around the fence, and I think it was the dog handler and somebody else. There was a woman that was speaking to them, and they were pointing and they were all crowding around. And that was kind of the recap. And then they also, once they figured out what to do, one dog I saw, the German Shepherd, went out, and then investigators went in, and then they came back out, and then the backhoe came in, dug up a ton of dirt, put it in the dumpster, and then the dump truck just left. And so they're gone. I think the backhoes are back. Can you see? Are they still back there?
I can't see.
I don't see the backhoes right now. But I think that they're back in the backyard doing something. Huff came up to me and he said that they're going to excavate the entire backyard, the whole thing. They're going to leave no stone unturned, essentially. Mm-hmm. They're going to dig 3 to 4 feet deep. And he said until they hit hard soil. And then what else did he say? Oh yeah, there's going to be more updates around 1:00, but it's not going to be a press conference. It's just going to be Huff relaying information to us, and I can just relay that information to everybody else.
And it's possible that this might go into tomorrow too.
Yeah, it might go into tomorrow. He said if they don't find anything today, he said, it's going to take a lot. And any info about the tip they got? No. But we do know they have to have probable cause to dig up somebody's backyard. They have to have a warrant to do that. So enough that a judge signed off on it is just what I know. And again, people had comments about the backhoe or the tractor or whatever just disrupting evidence. Huff said absolutely not. This is there to essentially peel back layers. So they're going to peel back a bunch of layers, and once they do that, they'll probably, get in there individually with more precise instruments. That's just typically how it works. But the backhoe is just there to peel back the layers of the dirt. Did Huff confirm that the house was vacant? No, he is not confirming anything about the people that live there. What agencies are involved? We have Idaho State Police. We have Fruitland Police. We have Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue. We have Fruitland Public Works. The fire department is also here now. And then obviously the cadaver handlers, the cadaver dogs. Or not that, I don't know if they're cadaver dogs, they're dogs. Canines. But yeah. So, and then what else did he say? Did he say anything else?
No, that about covers it.
Yeah. Oh, and also one more thing. Have I spoken to the parents? I have not spoken to Brandy or Tyler, but someone close to the family said that they just request privacy at this time, and that they support, or that they appreciate the support from the community. But the other thing that I have is that the people that live next door, that people are saying are registered sex offenders, Huff said rumors have been flying about people next door and around this area. Everyone's being cooperative, he said. Like, those people are being cooperative. So he can't give any information about the people who live in the house that they're searching. We might update like when we know more, but coming from him, he's not giving any information about the people that live there. So, are they searching the grassy area across the street? No, they're not. I mean, and it's here, you can see the grassy area is just that. It's just, I mean, they don't have any reason to go over there, I don't think. Total number of canines, 2. That's all I've seen. Anyone else have questions? Also, I mean, okay, it seems like you have a rough timeline for conclusion. Yeah, that's true. Huff said that this very well could go into tomorrow. I mean, there's a lot to go through. Like, the backyard seems pretty small, but if you think about how much dirt, like, they dug out a lot of dirt, right? Like, Abby and me, like, we're still seeing them, like, dig out dirt and put it in the dumpster. Like, there's just a lot. I mean, and if you think about a yard and that much soil they have to get through, I mean, again, Huff said they're going to dig 3 to 4 inches deep. So that backhoe is probably just scraping off all the layers. So it's probably a lot. There's a cop out here. I don't know what he's saying. Is he moving? Oh, he's just moving the, okay. We have to keep moving the crime scene tape because vehicles keep going in and out. What else? How big is the yard? It's not very big. It's not, I mean, I would say it's as big as my yard, but nobody knows what my yard looks like. It's like, I don't know. It seems like pretty small. It's just there's a lot of dirt, you know. Anybody else have questions? I could probably get out. Have you seen the residence? Right. Okay. So there is. We've been looking into the people that live there, but until I get some stuff from the chief of police, it's not something we're gonna really report on. Do you think? Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's not something that we're gonna really report on until there's more information coming out. And, you know, again, Huff said that he's gonna update us again at 1 o'clock. So that's in like 40 minutes. 40 minutes. We will get another update. Was there any sign of? So yeah, remember the neighbor said that they've already been looking through the neighborhood. I mean, they searched his house, and he lives like a block that way. So I think that they've gone through a significant amount of people's houses. Yeah, but I'm just gonna keep, like, I'm not gonna speculate, and I'm gonna keep, like, me and Abby here, we're just gonna keep reporting what is coming directly from the people at the scene. So I'm not gonna speculate about anything. I'm not gonna report on anything until I know, you know, what more information that we can get. So was this area not searched? I'm pretty sure it was searched. I mean, one of the neighbors that lives here said that they were out searching. Cool. Okay. And then I'm just gonna, here, Abby. I'm gonna get out and just show you really quick kind of the area. You see it makes a corner and then goes around the other side. That's the fence they took out. The tractor thing and the dumpster are gone. Yeah. So I think, and there's investigators inside the backyard right now. I talked to a couple neighbors, and it's just, I think that they're just kind of keeping their heads down right now, just waiting for updates like we all are. So yeah, I guess I will come back at 1 o'clock looking for remains. That's as much as questions. Please DM me. But I am going to head out. I'm going to go probably get something to eat. So I will update. I'll do another update when Huff talks to me at 1 o'clock. So that's in about 40 minutes. So I will.
Okay, so we know now that the update was pushed back to 4 to 5 p.m. So there was no update at 1 p.m. from JD Huff. It's pushed back to 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time, which would be 11 p.m. to midnight my time. So unlikely that I am going to be online at that time, because I do need to sleep sometime. Thank you so much for another very generous donation. You're being so very kind today. 50 euros from Phoenix. Thank you. Very generous. And we've got another new member here. Where was my new member? Another new member, Pink Volo, became a member. Welcome to the Secret Agents Club. Welcome, welcome. All right, let's do another sweep of this, and then we're going to show you what's this here? Why is Twitter changing? Twitter's so annoying. Elon Musk's taken over, hasn't he? Let's do hashtag Michael Vaughan. I don't think there's anything new. Arguing. Yeah, it looks like the chief's not ready to speak to the media yet, so we wait. So we wait. All right, let's just show you the latest. Actually, I'll do it this way, then I can. Then I can zoom in. Okay. Where's PowerPoint gone? There it is. All right. So this is the couple Stacey and Sarah Wanderer, who live at 1102 Red Wing Street. So these are the two. Stacey is this one, the male, and then this is Sarah. They've been sharing updates on their page. Stacey's been sharing on his Facebook updates about Michael Vaughan, but obviously their neighbours live 4 minutes away. So nothing unusual about that. It's just really, it feels really icky when you think that they could be responsible for what happened to Michael. We don't know. They haven't been named by law enforcement. They haven't been called suspects by law enforcement. But Stacey has been in jail since May. And Sarah has just gone to jail in the last couple of days. So it's interesting timing that Sarah has just gone to jail. Do we know if they have their own children? Not as far as I know. I have been looking at their TikTok, which is something else I want to talk about briefly before I sign off this stream. Yeah, yesterday. Actually, I've got it here. Have I got it here? Yes, I have. So Sarah Wanderer, November 12th, she was taken into custody. And these are her charges. These are her charges. Assault, aggravated assault, unlawful possession of a weapon, evidence destruction, whatever that means, controlled substance possession, and battery. Now, there's no context that I can find online as of yet as to what any of that means, as in, you know, who's the battery against, how long ago was it? But it's nothing that is directly relevant to Michael. It's just interesting timing. Yeah, she's a very nice lady, isn't she? But obviously these are charges. These are not convictions. These are charges. And everybody's innocent till proven guilty. I just find it interesting, the timing. That's all I'm saying at the moment. Now, Stacey, on the other hand, has been in jail since May. And somebody very, very kindly trawled through the court records for me and sent me a bunch of screenshots. Now, I've read through this, and this is basically just the, do you know when, if you go on to, I can do this for Tennessee easily because I'm so used to looking at Tennessee records. I can navigate my way through the Tennessee courts much, much easier than I can navigate through anything to do with UK courts. Because of the Summer Wells case, because of Don Sherfy Jr., and because of Megan Boswell. So those are kind of three cases that have gone through Tennessee. So I can get all of this stuff like you know, dead quick. I know the URLs off by heart even. But I'm not so well versed with the same system in Idaho. So I'm very pleased that somebody really kindly did this for me. So what it does is every time, you know, if somebody's in custody, or even if they're out on bond or whatever, they're going through the system, every time there's an update, then it's added onto the system. So this is why there's like updates pretty regularly. When somebody first goes into custody, then, you know, they're going to have a preliminary hearing, that, you know, there's updates, and then things can go like months without an update, depending. But these are all the docket entries. So you can see here that on May the 10th, there was a sealed motion. So the indictment, so he was indicted, and then there was a sealed motion. So most of the court records in terms of what the indictment was, what the specifics are not out there. But don't necessarily read anything into that, because we do have one thing that's interesting. So all of this goes through. And then there's an interesting portion here in October. His attorney withdraws. So it could mean absolutely nothing. I mean, literally absolutely nothing. Scott, welcome to the Secret Agents Club. Scott H has joined us in the Secret Agents Club. Thank you, Scott. So, motion to withdraw as attorney. Christopher Cabot. Request to turn electronic noticing off. So then there was an order granted to withdraw the attorney. And then, now we don't know what that means. Does that mean that the attorney and Stacey fell out? You know, they could no longer work together. Very similar to what happened with Megan Boswell. People know the Boswell case, the little beautiful little 15-month-old baby, Evelyn Boswell, who was allegedly murdered by her mother, Megan Boswell. All alleged, because she's not had a trial yet. She's been sitting in jail for like ever. But her and her attorney fell out, and the judge denied. The judge basically said you can work it out, and the judge denied the divorce of the attorney and Megan Boswell. However, he has since relented, and Megan Boswell has now got a new attorney. But it's interesting, just interesting, that he's had to get a new attorney. So the latest entry was November the 7th. And all of these are just kind of motions that are put through by the lawyers and stuff. So the change of plea hearing, currently set for November the 9th, is vacated and reset to December the 22nd. Now, remember, we don't know specifically what these charges are. This is sealed. But there's one thing. There's one thing that we looked at this afternoon, which I will show you right now. Just a second. Let me find it. When I say let me find it, I really do mean let me find it, because put it away. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Okay, this this is the only thing that I can find. This has been sent to me about 3 times, but this is the only thing I can find online about Stacey James Wanderer. And this is because stuff's sealed. So this is a motion for detention. So presumably this was out before things were sealed. I don't know. I mean, you know, sometimes things do get sealed and it can be for a reason that, I don't know, whatever reason. Yeah, I mean, sealed documents can occur when there's minors involved. It can occur for a number of reasons. It's an interesting occurrence, isn't it, Jackie? Jackie says it can't be a coincidence that she was arrested Friday and the tip came in on Friday. I'm wondering whether she squealed. She's been arrested and she squealed. That's just my speculation. Don't take that and run with it. It's just my speculation because of that timing. Given that he's been sat in jail since May, and the whole system, the court system, seems to be, you know, it's always slow, isn't it? But you know, it's been ongoing and none of us knew. But anyway, this is a motion for detention, and there are some check boxes here. So what we've concluded, I missed this. Navalus, thank Navalus True Crime for this. He emailed me. I went through this document this afternoon and I didn't notice this checkbox. So when this is checked, it means that this is relevant to the case. So there's a whole range of reasons why somebody can be held in jail and not bonded out. So there's a whole list of reasons, like the defendant is charged with the crime of violence, the defendant is charged with trafficking or terrorism, or it's got a maximum life sentence, so murder or something like that. And those are a whole range of things as to why somebody might not get bond. And then there's this, which is checked. So we can glean something a little bit from this. The defendant is charged with a felony that is not a crime of violence, but that involves. And then it's one or more of the following: a minor victim, possession or use of a firearm or destructive device, or any other dangerous weapon, or the failure to register as an RSO. So we know this is a felony charge or charges. It could involve a minor victim. It could involve failing to register as an RSO, or it could be possession or use of a firearm. But I'm wondering, like, would documents be sealed if all it was, and I say all it was, because it could be, you know, it could be very, very serious. If somebody's got, you know, a whole range of weapons, if they're building bombs and stuff like that, right, obviously that's incredibly serious. But just for possession of a firearm, would they seal the document? Do you think? Because that's fairly mundane, isn't it? But I'm into the realms of speculation. But this is a legal document. This is out there, and this has got a checkbox. So this is relevant to Stacey's case. What if he talked? He could have done, or it could be that she talked, because it's an interesting timing that she was charged on yesterday. She was charged yesterday. So I'm wondering whether she talked. Now, it could be either of them or neither of them. It could be something else. Neither of them might have talked, and somebody else has. So that although we don't know what the charges are specifically, because these things have been sealed, we do know that it's a felony or felonies. We don't know how many charges. It could involve a minor. It could involve the possession or use of a weapon or other destructive device. Or it could be to do with failing to register as an RSO. Or it could be all three. Or two of the three. So there's that. But there's more. Also, they didn't let him out. He's been sat in jail since May. They didn't let him out. Also, these are checkboxed because he's a serious risk for flight. So there's a serious risk exists that the defendant will flee. And, because it's an and, because both of them are checked, a serious risk exists that the defendant will obstruct or attempt to obstruct justice or threaten, injure, or intimidate or attempt to a prospective witness or juror. So he's a flight risk. He could obstruct justice. And he's been charged with a felony or felonies that could involve a minor victim, possession or use of a firearm, or failure to register as an RSO. Could be two of the three, could be all of the three. We don't know yet. We don't know yet. It's just a matter of deduction that we're doing this. No. Amy, no. It says here, as required by the Sex Offender Registration and Notification Act. It says here. So, or the failure to register under 18, blah, 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 as required by the Sex Offender Registration and Notification Act. So if you can read it like it's failing to say that he's got a weapon, well, if he's an RSO, defines 18 USC is weapons. Yeah, this is that one. That one. So a minor victim, comma, possession or use of a firearm as defined by this 18 USC, or the failure to register under 18 USC 2250 as required by the Sex Offenders Registration and Notification Act. So that it's something to do with either weapons and or something to do with minors, a minor victim, and or something to do with the RSO registry. But we don't know. Lolo, it's not an arrest affidavit. We've not got an arrest affidavit. The documents have been sealed. All we've got is this. And this is the motion for detention. So it's basically saying that the reasons why this person is being detained and not let out on bond is, and then there's a whole range of reasons why this person has to be detained. And he's been detained since May. But all the documents, the indictment is all sealed. Is that one document for federal charges instead of state charges? Possibly, because it's United States of America versus Stacey Wanderer. So yeah, it's federal, isn't it? because it would say Idaho, wouldn't it? Look, I'm not American. So those are federal charges, yeah, because United States of America versus Stacey Wanderer. So we know he's been charged with one or more felonies because it says here he's been charged with a felony. There's not a crime of violence, but involves any one of these, and these are federal charges. I mean, I'm reading it just as it, you know, as a non-American citizen. Yeah, it would stay state of Idaho. Yeah. So this is the United States of America saying why this person has to be detained, and he's been sitting there in jail or wherever he's been sitting. So felon in possession of firearms is federal. Yeah. Yeah. I assumed it was federal charges because it says United States of America versus rather than state. So these are federal charges, and so involves a minor victim, possession or use of a firearm or destructive device, or failure to register under blah, 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 as required by the Sex Offender Registration and Notification Act. So we don't know. We don't know. That's all we've got. That's all the information we've got. And it's incredibly easy to read into this, you know, one sentence. It's literally one sentence. I mean, literally, there's no full stops in it. That's one sentence that we've got. Thank you, Birdie. Making me an honorary American. Thank you. But also, he's deemed to be a flight risk, and he's deemed that he will obstruct justice if they let him out. No, Michael, he went missing in July, 27th of July last year. So he's not on the registry. No, I know he isn't. So it's interesting. It could be that he doesn't need to be on the register. Could be that this is nothing to do with it. It's simply something, it's either something to do with firearms, and it's very serious, or it involves a minor, or both. But we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Because stuff's sealed. Are they still searching the yard? Yes, they are. They are still searching the yard, yeah. So for those just coming in, did I say I was going to do something else before I said, oh, TikTok. TikTok. Let me show you their TikTok. Let's do an update. See if there's any updates first of all. That's from yesterday because it's dark. So that's obviously from yesterday. Even though it was only posted 25 seconds ago. That is definitely yesterday because it's dark. Birdie says, just start calling it grilled cheese instead of cheese on toast. I'll do that. I'll do that. All right, let's find the latest. How can anybody hurt him? How can anybody hurt him? I mean, I just want to literally punch the entire world. I just want to punch everyone's lights out. I can't cope with just the amount of evil in the world. Evil. Update from Fruitland on or about 5 p.m. We should know more before 5 p.m. So we've seen that. And we've got Alexandra Duggan taking a break and getting food. Good for you. You deserve it. These two are doing good work. These are the Brian Entins of Idaho. These two. They've been on the case for the last 2 days. It seems as if they've stopped digging. Everything has gone quiet. Yeah, but it's lunchtime. So the police chief was due to update at 1 p.m, but then they pushed it back to 4 to 5 p.m. So I think it went quiet simply because it was lunchtime and they've got to eat. The dogs have got to eat. You know, so there has been 2 dogs there this morning. No, go find me. The parents are requesting privacy at this time. So no. Brandy was in my chat this afternoon. So it would have been very early in the morning, her time. And I'm just devastated for them. I really am. They've done so much, especially Brandy. She's done so much to keep Michael's name out there, and she's been so positive that she's going to bring him home. And you know, if they find him in this latest search, if they find him, at least she does get to bring him home. Not in the way that we all hoped, but at least she gets to bring him home. He has a resting place with his family that's dignified. They get to say goodbye, and it's the beginning of the justice process for Michael. Because while he's still out there somewhere, it means there's no justice. Yes, Jenny, Brandy is his mother, yeah. And then Tyler is his dad. And then he's got an older sister, an older brother, and then a little baby sister. So that's Michael's family. Okay, TikTok. Oh, dear me. Right. TikTok. Let me just find their TikTok. Right. Get ready for this. Or you can see it anyway. I'm sharing my old screen. This is him. I mean, oh. Now, the thing that's interesting is this one. This one. I'm going to have to be very careful because there's music on this. Right, we'll do it quick. Oh, it's not playing the... Oh, damn. This one. Look at the date that this was posted. 7/27. So the day Michael went missing. One of them because it's both their accounts, Sarah and Stacey W. They posted this. Just driving. Now, Navalus True Crime emailed me and said, you know how you found the upload time? What song is playing? I'm not going to play it because it will it'll flag my stream. You can drop down the ticker on your screen. It's covering the video. What do you mean? Oh, yeah. All right. Hold on. There we go. It's not very much to see. It's literally just a few seconds of driving. Not much to see along the farmland. So Navalus True Crime said, do you remember, Michelle, when you found out the posting time for the swimming hole video? You know, the Summerwell swimming hole video. And I said, yeah. And, well, the way you do it, you have to go into the source code, because TikTok doesn't give you a post time. It gives you a post date, but it doesn't give you a post time. But if you know where to go in the metadata, then you can get it. So I've got it. I've got it. Do I want to save that? Yes, I do. Right. I've got it. So, not that one. Not that one. So how you do it, right? Just for people who want to know how to do this themselves. How you do it is you click on the video, you right click on the video, and it brings up a ton of code like this. And then you just search for create time. Do a search for create time, and then the number next to it. In this instance, it's 162-739-6979. And that is the Unix time. What is the Unix time, I hear you say? The Unix time is the amount of seconds that have passed from 1st of January, so midnight, 1st of January 1970, to the time that this code came into existence. So basically the time to the exact second that this was posted. And then you have to look that up on a pretty little converter to get the actual time. So where's the actual time? Did I save it? Did I save it? No, I didn't save it. I didn't even save it. But what I can do is I can get it again. I know it's 7:42 a.m. It's 7:42 a.m. I'm sure I did save it. Where did I put it? I'll do it again to prove. I'll prove to you that it's 7:42 a.m. So this was posted onto TikTok at 7:42 a.m. on the day that Michael went missing. I don't know what that means. It's just interesting that that's what they posted on the day Michael went missing, when the rest of the time they're posting cat videos, mainly cat videos. And then him. This is the next one after. And it's something about exfoliating. I mean, I don't know. It's very bizarre. Some of these are so bizarre. Just weird. Does it mean anything? Not necessarily. Could mean nothing. But anyway, Unix code, Unix time. Unix timestamp. So what you do is you put the Unix time in here. So it is 162, 162, 739, 739. 6979. 6979. Convert. Okay, so that's the time in my time, GMT. So I'm 7 hours ahead. So 1442 becomes 7:42 a.m. So Navalus True Crime, if you're in the house or you see this, that's the time, the exact time that that TikTok video was posted. I don't know what it means. It could mean nothing. Could mean nothing at all. Just interesting. So if you ever want to find the time a TikTok was posted, it's pretty easy. I had to remind myself how to do it. I had to replay the Summer Wells video where I showed everybody how to do it on the Summer Wells video. But you just basically right click. You can right click on any page. On TikTok. You actually could click on any page. So, and it comes up with view page source. And then you click on that. It gives you all this code. And then you just search for create time. And then look at the number. And then put it in a Unix time converter. Was Sarah in hospital that day, though? I don't know about that. I haven't been through all of their TikToks. I don't know. It's taken a long time in their yard. Well, if you think about it, it's one of those jobs that looks easy. You know, it looks easy, you know, because you think, oh, it's only a small backyard. Yeah, Patty, 7:42 a.m. Yeah. Yeah. Because they're 7 hours. Sorry. Yeah, they're 7 hours behind me. So the Unix time that I put in, which is this one. See, this is how many seconds have passed in real time since January the 1st, 1970. Can you believe it? But you put in your Unix time here and it converts it. And it's Tuesday, July 27th, 14:42 and 59 seconds. And that's GMT, that's my time zone. So you've got a minus 7 hours for Mountain Standard Time, which is 7:42, almost 7:43. Don't know why they chose to post that video on the day that Michael disappeared. No idea. Could be a complete coincidence. Could mean nothing. I don't know. Just interesting. Just interesting. Anyway, the reason why it's taking so long is because you've got to think that they can't just go in with a digger and take massive chunks of earth out. they can't do that, because they're gonna, if there's anything there, whether it's Michael's remains or things like a hidden weapon that's been buried or clothing that's been buried or anything at all relating to this crime, they can't go in and just dig massive chunks of earth out. What they've got to do is skim the layers off. So they take a digger and they'd literally just skim the layers off one layer at a time. And they're going down they're going down 3 to 4 feet. So where did she put it? There we go, 2 hours ago. So the plan is to dig 3 to 4 feet deep. So imagine going down, skimming the layers off, and then moving that earth. So yes, it's only a small backyard, but you know, imagine when you dig a hole, right? Just how much earth comes out of one hole. You know, it's a lot of earth to move, doing it very, very carefully. So there is an update though from Alexandra. Back to scene, backhoe digging now. One man brought out a tool set, it looks like, and another man is holding a shovel. So it's not just the digger that's out there. There's people with tools. Have we heard anything about the scooter? No. I'm answering Alexandra's tweets here. No, the scooter's interesting, but no, we've not heard anything about the scooter. I mean, I didn't know if Michael had took a scooter out with him. Seagate, excuse me. Seagate, no, not as that's been reported. Seagate says, is there a presser today? Not that's been reported. They were going to update the reporters. Now, Police Chief Huff, JD Huff, is on scene, and he's been updating the reporters that are on scene. And he said that they get an update about 1 p.m. their time, but then they push that back to 4 to 5 p.m. So that's possibly 2.5 hours away. They won't sift unless they find anything significant. So if they find some evidence at all of disturbance that could be remains, then they'll start sifting. But it's a big job. There's been 2 dogs on scene as well, a German Shepherd and a Labrador. I don't think the breeds matter, but that's what Alexandra Duggan reported. Both dogs have been in the yard. They go in one at a time. It's usual to have 2 dogs. So one dog goes and works and then comes out, and there's another dog goes and works. If they can't get 2 dogs, obviously, then sometimes they work with 1 dog, but it's good that they've got 2 dogs. And these will be 2 good boys, yeah, Phoebe. They will be cadaver dogs. They're not going to be anything other than cadaver dogs, because they're not looking for live scent, so they're not going to be live scenting dogs. These are cadaver dogs. So we've got a picture of one of the dogs. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Just a little video. That's the lab. looking pleased because he's finished work, I think. And they've also got a German Shepherd. We haven't seen that, but apparently. I wonder if this couple has ever been on Ali's radar. I don't know. I don't know. Don't know, because this came out the blue. Go and find me. I don't know the answer to that. I was a secret agent, but they took down Peace from Denise. Don't know why. How does that work now with payments each month? I presume if your account is no longer there, then you won't get charged. That's what I assume. I mean, I don't know. YouTube does all of that. I don't have anything to do with the payments. That's YouTube. Like you pay YouTube, and then YouTube pays me every month. That's how it works. So I don't know. But if you continue to get charged and there's no account, like Peace from Denise doesn't exist anymore, I can't see how you could be charged because there's no account to charge you from. I don't know, but I'm assuming that you won't get charged. But if you are, contact YouTube. Good luck with getting a response from them, but just do one more sweep, and then I think I'm going to call it a day. See if there's anything important. Not even sharing my screen, am I? So backcode in. No, nothing new. The response to the dog was troubling. Yeah. We didn't see the puppy. Oh, I've turned it off now. Hold on. Yeah, because I didn't share my screen. Hold on. I'll get it back. I'll get it back. You've got to see the puppy. All right, I got it back. I can share my screen again now. Nope, not that one. Which one is it? Why is Twitter blocking everything? Not that one. This one. So dog seems wound up, tail wagging and getting some good pats in. To me, that looks like a dog that's finished work. To me, that looks a very relaxed dog. Like when they know they're working, they're very, very focused rather than wagging and, you know, wanting attention. That looks like that dog's finished work. That's just my opinion. So he's either finished work or he's waiting to go to work. He might be excited because he knows he's there working, because they do love it. They do enjoy their job, do these dogs. So there's that. Lot size is 78 feet by 78 feet. Does that include the house though? Like, is that the whole lot, as in the whole, like the whole footprint of the property? I'm assuming that would include the whole lot. So it's quite a few feet, even if that includes the house, it's quite a few feet. But at least it's not like acres and acres and acres. You know, they wouldn't, they just wouldn't be able, they just would not be able to do that kind of, you know, excavate the entire thing if it was a large piece of property. It's horrible, isn't it? It's horrible. Yeah, it must be. Must be. It's 2:30 in Fruitland right now. And he may be dog tired. Yeah, I think they're about to take him in. Yeah, I think he's excited because they like working, these dogs. They tend to reward them. Yeah, they might give them a treat, but they tend to reward them with their favourite toy because that's how they train them. Like, they train them on a toy. Yeah, my dogs are asleep. No, they're not trained. They're not trained. Cassie can track, but it's just a natural ability. Cassie can track, but they're not trained. No. Yeah, they do. They get excited on or off the job. They know that they're there to work, so they're excited beforehand, and then they get really focused, and then they're excited after. No, they don't get sad. It's just a smell. It's a scent that they've been trained to look for or to sniff for. So it's actually the job that they enjoy. And they know when they, you know, whether they find anything or not, they still get rewarded. So she'd be a very good scent dog, yeah. She would. In the UK, they use Springer Spaniels more than any other breed for scent work. I don't know that they do in other countries, but Springer Spaniels are the ones that drug detection, electronic things detection, bomb detection, as well as scent dogs. They tend to use Springers. Springers or Labradors. Thank you, Go Find Me. Become a YouTube member. Yeah, it's a game. It's a game to them. That's why they have the toy there. They're trained on the toy. They have the toy after, whether they find anything or not. Lots of beagles. There's a beagle that lives near me, called Max. He's an interesting character, is Max. I like him. He's good. Tilly doesn't. Tilly and Max are sworn enemies. Sworn enemies. All breeds. To be honest, any breed can be trained as a scent dog. They all have the capacity. It's just that some breeds are very good. And then you'll get some individuals who are just not interested, and obviously they don't get the job. You know, it's the ones that show the natural ability and the aptitude to the training, and there's a whole range of things that go into choosing the specific dogs, not just the breed. Oh, Bob's here. Bob's iPhone's here. What do we know? Because I don't know. Well, they're still searching. So we've no news as of yet. Oh, I had a police dog trained Springer who failed. And it's really tough. You know, they've got to pass tests and stuff. Yeah, it's a tough life. So, you know, not all of them pass. Thank you. Woman of Steel, becoming a YouTube member. Thank you so much. Knew a cop with a sniffer dog, a spaniel. I had a golden retriever. Exactly. Yeah. They just think I'm a good boy. I love this. I'm a good boy. I know. Absolute torture. Absolute torture. It's just so heartbreaking. It really is. It really is. Absolutely heartbreaking. And I have to keep checking this, see if there's any more updates. No. All right, guys, it's very late for me. It's 9:30, and I'm. This is the time that I start getting proper tired. I hope so. I hope they get informed before any of us. And if they do find anything, this afternoon, we might not get an update because they'd have to speak to the parents first. So I don't know whether you'd say no news is good news, but then what do you, there's no such thing as good news in this situation, is there? You know. At all. Thank you so much, Seagate, for becoming a member. That's very kind of you. Welcome to the Secret Agents Club, everybody. Can I do a summary? I'll do a quick summary. Yeah. So at the moment, there was a tip that came in on Friday, unbeknownst to everybody, us in the public. Tip came in on Friday. It was deemed a very credible tip. So they went out to the property. Obviously, involves getting a search warrant. It involves a probable cause. There has to be a cause, a very probable, very convincing cause for a judge to sign off on a search warrant that involves excavating, like taking fences down. They chop part of a tree down. So there's a very serious reason why they're there, right? So they searched all of yesterday, and then they were back at 9 a.m. today, and there's no news as of yet. There's been a digger there that's skimming off layers and layers and layers. They want to take it down. The entire backyard is going to be excavated down to 3 to 4 feet. Presumably, if they find something during that very careful excavation process, then they'll hone in on that particular spot. But they're taking it very, very slowly. It's mid-afternoon there in Fruitland as we speak, so no news as of yet. There's been 2 cadaver dogs there today. There was at least 1 dog there yesterday. JD Huff, the police chief, is going to update the reporters between 4 and 5 p.m. but very, very unlikely that I'm going to be online at that time because it's midnight my time. And I'm getting pretty tired now. And I have been on live quite a lot over the last 24 hours. I've sat in this spot quite a lot in the last 24 hours. Her channel name, Brandy's name, is Brandy Neal. It's a neighbour's. Let me show you the map again. It's about 4 minutes away from Michael's home. So it's very close. Let me just share the whole screen here. It's here. This is where they're excavating. So 1102 Red Wing Street. So this is the backyard that they're taking out. And then Michael lives here, the corner of Southwest 9th Street, right here. So it's literally 4 minutes away. So if we do Southwest 9th Street, so it's telling me it's telling me 2 minutes on Google. But they've been reporting 4 minutes, but it's basically half a mile, 0.5 miles. So it's very close, very close. So half a mile away. I mean, it's heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking that potentially he was that close. No, they're not. There was a misunderstanding yesterday. Some people reported understandable misunderstanding because, you know, it was just breaking news, and there is a registered SO who lives on that street, but he's not involved. It's sickeningly close, Bug Love. You're absolutely right. Yeah, half a mile away. Half a mile. It's sickeningly close. They are still digging, yeah. And they said if they don't find anything today, then they'll be back tomorrow. So I've cleared my calendar for tomorrow. I only had one thing that's not related to YouTube on tomorrow anyway, but I have cleared my calendar, so I'll be back tomorrow. Assuming that they're still searching, assuming that they don't find anything today, then I'll be back. So half a mile away. And it's shocking, but I'm honestly not surprised, because kids who are abducted by strangers, and thankfully it's not many kids are abducted by strangers. Any number of children is too many, but it's usually someone very close to home, which is why I've paid very, very close attention to the neighbours of Summer Wells. Because if a child goes missing and they're not a runaway and they've not had an accident, you know, and fallen down a ravine or something, and it's a crime, and it's an abduction, and it's no one directly connected to the family, the next obvious place to look is somebody very close to home, somebody in your neighborhood who's been watching you, who knows you, at least by sight, knows your child by sight, maybe spoken to your child before. So that child has got some kind of familiarity, at least, you know, knows the face of the person. So, yeah. They're not quite correct. I think there's not going to be a news update as such, like not a press conference. So it won't be on the news channels. It's the reporters that are on scene. So there's at least 2 reporters on scene. JD Huff, the police chief, has been giving them updates, and then they are updating social media. So that's how the update's going to come. There's no press conference scheduled or anything like that. Because if they find something this afternoon, they find something very, very significant this afternoon, then they'll have to tell the family first. They won't just jump online and tell us all until the family's been fully briefed, until there's the support network in place for the family. And obviously there's a support network already, but they'll inform the family first. And they might not be able to... these porn things are back. How were the porn things back? I've got it on subscribers only. That's somebody, one of these porn channels subscribed to me or something. Or maybe I haven't got it on subscribers. I can't remember. But anyway, I'm leaving anyway now. So yeah. Child abduction cases, you look at the people closest to the child. And if it's not the family, and we know in this instance it is not the family, then it's somebody who is very close. And I mean close in proximity. Why do you think I've spent months talking about the neighbours and the people in the local area of Beach Creek? Because they're the people to watch. But in this instance, the family is not involved. The police chief said yesterday that there's no connection between the people who live at this house and the Vaughan family. He's come out and said that parents are not involved. So there you go. All right, guys, I am going to go now and have a rest. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll probably be updating Twitter at midnight, but I don't think I won't be back on the channel. So I shall see you tomorrow. I'll be back with a live tomorrow, and I'll do whatever updates there are then. So have a good rest of your day. All my prayers and wishes and just heartfelt, just I've no words for the family, for Brandy, Tyler, and the rest of the Vaughan family. Thank you so much to everybody who's made the chat polite, respectful. Thank you so much for the very generous donations that have come in. Welcome to all the new members. Thank you to those who've been modding. And I'm going to see you all very soon. very soon. And maybe tomorrow I might give some memberships away. I'm feeling generous. I'll give some memberships away tomorrow. All right, guys. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.